Everything around us is impermanent. Everything around us is in a state of change. Everything around us is in a flow. The flow of existence. Everything around us is not going to last for long. This is including me and you. Someday this body of mine will break down to its basic components after I die. And even now it's changing. I'm in probably my late middle ages now. And someday I'm going to be old and I'm going to die. And that's going to be it. And I'm okay with that. I'm not in a hurry, but I'm okay with that. I was looking at all the stuff in my room here. And I was thinking, man, this stuff's going to be around a lot longer than I will be. My bikes, my books, my meditation center, cushion, lights, everything. The Buddha on my altar here. And it's going to be around, but even that's going to break down. You know, whether by somebody else's hand or by nature's hand. And that's pretty cool. Even this planet will be gone someday. From what I hear, that's going to happen when the sun turns into a red giant and grows large enough where it'll gobble up this planet that we're on. And when that happens, everything here will be reignited into the furnace from which it came. I once read that all the elements, all the atoms that make us up, besides maybe the hydrogen and helium atoms, which are the most basic and abundant atoms, everything besides those were created inside of a star that went supernova, a star that existed before our sun, which is a star in itself. And from that dust that was left from that supernova, everything in that dust coalesced and became this solar system. And a small bit of it turned into this planet that we're on. And even that has a lifespan. And even this planet has been changing ever since then. I mean, if you could go back in the past, it's been through so many changes. And that's pretty cool, man. Impermanence, dependent origination, as the Buddha says. Everything that happens depends upon something else happening. Something being transmuted into something else, evolving into something else, decaying, and then those bits becoming something else. And there's no escape from that. That is just the nature of existence, part of the Dharma. I feel lucky enough to realize that. Yeah. I've known that since before I even learned anything about Buddhism. And then when I learned about Buddhism, and I learned that that was a huge, huge integral part of what the Buddha taught. Impermanence, dependent origination, the arising and the falling away. That is one of the biggest things that attracted me to this practice. And the crazy thing is it's happening on such a scale around us all the time. All the time. The atoms that make us up, that make up everything around us, are in constant movement, are in constant flux, interacting with each other, changing. It's like I think the atoms that are part of me, how many different configurations have they been in, since they were created? How many different things have they been? And how many different things will they be a part of after they're no longer part of my body? I often think, when I think of like reincarnation or rebirth, that to me is reincarnation and rebirth. That change. Much of me is what I ate, what I've eaten in my life. The plants and the animals, the chemicals that the corporations put in it, in our food. That's become part of me. They say that we're always constantly shedding skin. And when we crap, part of us comes out of that, or pee. And all that's going to be used in something else, to change into something else. It's a process. That's the word. It's a process. Never-ending, constantly continual process. Isn't it awesome? May all beings be well, and much metta to you all.